Have to is the first step to failure. You want to know what that means? We're going to talk about it next. Hey there. Today's going to be just a little bit about bettering one's way of thinking, and I think this is a good topic for today. Have you ever caught yourself when you've been talking and saying, I have to do that, or I should do that, or I ought to do that, or I must do that? And we create a lot of have-tos and demands on our life that really backfire. The alternative would be to choose to do things. And so today we're going to talk about the balance or the fight between have to versus choose to. And one of the best quotes that I got to start off today was from an unknown author, but we only have to do one thing in life: die. Everything else is a choice. Think about that for a second. I mean, I know it probably makes sense to wear clothes when you go out of the house, but you don't have to. That's just a choice we make, and we do that probably for good reason. But when I think of have to, and I did a reflection back and listened to some of the self-talk or some of the things that I say out loud, have to, must, should, and ought to showed up way too many times. And thinking of those terms creates a feeling of resistance or a victim mindset. When we get pushed, it's usually by someone else, or maybe even from our own doing, but there's a natural resistance that comes up. And the feelings or the emotions that can come out or the results of that are usually procrastination, excuse making, shitty or poor work. We complain a lot, maybe not put in any effort at all, some negative self-talk, and then we actually it finally lands at anger and resentment. And then we throw the whole thing out altogether and never do something that we wanted to do, but because we had to, we fought it. It's our natural inclination. Choose to, alternatively, or I can, or I want to, or I plan to, it may seem like just a small shift, but it is magical when you use the language based in choice. It releases an energy inside of you that acknowledges that what you're about to do is based on your free will, and that you have the free will to do this or not do this. It's not a have to or a must to. And when I don't have choice, I feel I become powerless. So when you choose to do something, it creates a sense of accomplishment when you actually get it done. In fact, the natural byproduct of a choose to attitude is striving for excellence, increased energy, determination and resolve, resilience, clarity, and action taking. So think about that. I mean, I recommend spend a little think time. If you want to know what think time is, go grab a copy or just Google Keith Cunningham's The Road Less Stupid. It's a book, a great book to read, and that's a separate conversation. But in the book, Cunningham introduces the concept of think time, where you sit down and ask yourself some questions and process those questions and work out the solutions or the answers. All of the answers are already up here. We have them inside. We just don't know the questions to ask to bring them out. And so in the time of thinking about your have to world versus a move to a choose to world, here's some things to ask yourself. In what areas of your life are you feeling resistance? What are you avoiding or putting off? Are there things that you feel that you have to do? And so once you get that list created, then ask yourself, what would I do? What would happen if I didn't do that have to thing? Am I okay with the consequences of not doing it? What are the benefits of taking action regarding this thing, if there are any at all? And why is this really my choice? I think those questions, when you face a opportunity or something that you aren't sure whether you must do or you should do, they'll start to help shake out some of those things. My recommendation is to move the musts, the have tos, and the ought tos out of your vocabulary completely. I think you'll find it will lead to a lot better outcome and a lot closer movement to the dream life or the highest version of yourself that you're thinking of living.